Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew, and welcome back to another uh, breakdown of the latest dev diary and tutorial video for the new Airports DLC. If you are unfamiliar with the series, then you possibly just haven't been paying attention to City Skylines recently. But today, another video on the City Skylines YouTube channel came out explaining the latest update or the newest DLC to come both to console, PC, Xbox, and to all other console systems. Um, so today's topic, as amply titled from what was released in the on the City Skylines Twitter last week, was about City Airline. However, I'm taking a look at the title right now of the video, and they're titling it Public Transportation, which I guess it kind of works hand in hand, in all honesty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video, then we'll dive into the dev diary. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and quickly do a once through like normal, and then we'll go ahead and rewatch it and analyze it to see what we can find out about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Phil from the YouTube channel City Planner Plays. Today I'm collaborating with Paradox Interactive to bring you a tutorial on the City Skylines Airports DLC and the new airport public transportation mechanic. We'll be taking a look at airport public transportation in the city of Trattoria, which has been built without any mods. Though I'm playing on a PC, this tutorial is applicable for all players, including those on a console. The Airports DLC allows a variety of public transportation connections directly to your airport. Public transportation is an excellent way of leveling up your airport initially, and as you progress, ensure that a steady stream of passengers is available to maximize your airline revenue. Further, the DLC introduces a number of exciting new transit vehicles into the game, including articulated airport buses, double-decker airport buses, Airport Express metros, and Airport Express trains. The new airport buses carry significantly more passengers than the basic 30-passenger buses available in the base game. The Airport Express trains offer faster travel speeds, and the Airport Express metros offer express travel speeds and a slightly increased passenger capacity. The transit options available to you directly correspond with the level of your airport. The higher the level of your airport, the higher the capacity will be for the transit options available to you. Upon founding an airport, you will have access to an airport bus station. Upon reaching level 2, you will gain access to the elevated airport metro station, as well as the concourse hub and large terminals, which have built-in underground metro stations. Further, the large concourses include a built-in taxi stand, which can be really valuable if you plan to serve your airport with taxi service. Finally, at level 3, you will gain access to the airport train station. The benefit of using these airport transit stations is that they connect directly onto a concourse, allowing passengers a direct connection to the airport. For each of these modes of transit, you will need to create transit routes. I recommend creating routes that serve one of 3 purposes: to link to existing transit service, to connect to tourism destinations, or to connect to areas of high density. Let's create a bus route focused on connecting to tourism destinations. To begin, let's find out where the most tourist demand is. Click on Info Views and then the Tourism Overlay. The Tourism Overlay shows areas of high tourist demand and attractiveness. The areas shown in this overlay are the areas we are going to want to connect to. Place an airport bus station directly on a concourse or on a concourse hub. Connect the station to your roadway network and you'll be ready to create a bus line. Click on Public Transport, then proceed to the Bus tab and create a bus line. Place the first bus stop within your airport bus station. Then add stops at areas that were identified in the Tourism Overlay. I would recommend having a stop going to and from the destination so that your passengers can get to and from the airport easily. Since this is a bus route, you will need to place a bus depot if you do not already have one in your city. Once a transit vehicle arrives at the route, click on the vehicle and proceed to the line details. This screen will allow you to customize your route name, the line color, and the type of vehicle serving the route. This method of changing the route name, line color, and the vehicle serving the route works across all modes of public transportation. The method for placing an elevated airport metro station and an airport train station, as well as creating routes, is very similar to that of placing an airport bus station. However, these forms of transit are significantly faster and have higher capacities. This can be useful when attempting to connect your airport to the densest, most congested portions of your city. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and be sure to
Most of
subscribe.
what he went over inside of this video is sort of common knowledge at this point. Whenever you go ahead and start up a new city and you go and connect it up to tourism base with an airport or anything else like that concerned. So he didn't mention anything about the actual City Airline that you can go ahead and make. He mentioned that inside of the last tutorial, but not inside of this one. I'm not too sure as to why, when that's what they alluded to on the Twitter page, but I guess that's something that can be asked at a later point. But let's go ahead and dissect this a little bit first. We already know about the four different types of new vehicles that are going to be servicing your airport. You got your Airport Express articulated buses, you got your Airport Express double-decker buses, and then you have your Airport Express Metro, and then your Airport Express train station. All of which do have higher capacity than normal variants, of course with the Metro and with the train station having a higher capacity than the normal Metro and train models, which is interesting how they decided to have it like that. I was kind of thinking that they would have it of the same capacity for some reason, but I guess that's just my interpretation of it. Let's see here. Skimming through a little bit. He mentions that most of the public transportation is unlocked in the later levels. So, like for instance, you only have bus connections from your airport at level 1, followed by your metro connections at level 2, followed by your train connections at level 3. This was already discussed, to be honest with you, within the within the second dev diary. So, just as a recap there. And then this video is the one where he actually goes into detail about their capacity ranks. Oh, this is interesting. The double-decker terminal, or the two-floor terminal with the arrivals and departures, he mentions that there's a built-in taxi stand. That, I think, is actually going to be really useful. For those who are unfamiliar, most taxis inside of a city will have like a built-in like taxi hub. Like for instance, and this is just an example because I work a contract that handles transportation out there. But in the state of Hawaii at Honolulu International Airport, there is a section of the airport that they titled the White Umbrellas. It's just literally that, White Umbrellas. That's their version of a taxi stand. Another is here in Omaha. There is a taxi stand that's literally across from the two main terminals. It is just one giant concourse, but you got Terminal A and Terminal B, one of which is has a taxi connection just outside, with another being just down the way. Of course, there is the local bus network that does connect to the airport as well, but it's very, how shall I say, lackluster. So having that right there is a real signifier to what real life airports will have. Everything else though was pretty much pretty much related to base game. Because the tourism overlay, the public transit overlay, that's all base game. So I think that's enough of that. Let's go into the dev diary here and take a look at what they have to say. Okay, so already the dev diary seems to be providing us a lot more information than the tutorial. So at level 3, you could go ahead and get your airline headquarters building. This was touched upon in the previous tutorial, where you can go ahead and plop it down in your airport district and have your own airline company. Now, it doesn't mention. All you need to do is place the building somewhere in your city. It can be in the airport area or anywhere you like. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, that is interesting. So you can pretty much have your airline headquarter in your like financial district or inside of your industrial district if you want to. I don't know why you would. I would preferably want to have it close by to the airport so that way it kind of makes sense just because it's an airport like structure. Um, you can then just have all these different types of like logos and looks on your actual airport. I like or airline. Sorry. Um, I like that. I do like that a lot. You can customize it with different logos. This was again mentioned in the previous tutorial, but I'll still touch bases on it. Aviation Museum. Now, this was something speculated about from the trailer. This was seen in the trailer, and a lot of people, or mostly some of the people that I reacted to, they were uncertain what this was. I immediately knew that it was an aviation museum, which, to be fair, there's not much you can go and make of that in any other way. So both of these were not actually covered inside of the tutorial for this week, or for this video. I don't know why they decided to mention that today was a City Airline based tutorial. Kind of a bit of a mismatch. And not much else inside of this video, to be honest with you. It's a very, very short one, to be frank. A little bit disappointing that there wasn't much that they went over inside of this one. But I guess that there's not much you can really say or do for that matter. So with that in mind, that's pretty much covering everything that is included in the dev diary and in the tutorial video that was just released earlier today. Now, at the time that I am recording, this is an hour after the video for the tutorial has released. So if you guys by chance have any additional comments you want to go and add on related to this tutorial or to the dev diary in any way, shape, or form, please go and leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to go ahead and get back to you. With that said, there is the next tutorial, which is going to be this upcoming Thursday on the 20th. That is going to be relating to cargo. So we're going to be finding out a lot more about how you can go and integrate your cargo services to your airport. Very interesting. I am looking forward to what will happen with that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay shy. Or no, I don't want to use that phrase. That's somebody else's. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one and ciao for now.